In this video, we're going to talk about everyday carry, first aid, and trauma care. And this is for civilians. What you see here are three options, each of which is active, and I will explain each one of them. The smallest is the everyday carry trauma pack, or sometimes known as a blowout kit. Let me show you what's in there. And this is carried in my backpack, my everyday carry backpack, all the time, even when I travel on aircraft. Because I carry this loosely in my backpack so I can get to it quickly, I don't use the MOLLE straps. Now, the first thing that you'll see are the standard EMT trauma shears, or shears. These travel well. I can go through TSA with this with no problem. The next is a tourniquet. This is a standard military type tourniquet with the windlass on it. I also, in another bag, have a rat tourniquet. I'll explain that later. In this pouch, there's gloves and a survival blanket, which is used to treat for shock. One point of information: if you use this, you really do need to put a blanket or something underneath, a pad or something underneath the person, so that they're not losing body heat to the ground. In this pouch is an Israeli type bandage, or compression bandage, that is a little more useful than a tourniquet in some cases. So between both of these, you can stop pretty much any bleeding that the person is having, including yourself. In the final pocket are the blood clotting agents. One is regular C-locks that you're just going to pour in, and this one is a hemostatic gauze ribbon. So you just pull this out and you just start shoving that down into the wound, depending on what type it is, and it will stop the bleeding. And then finally, a set of tweezers for getting out debris and anything else from a wound before you start to deal with it. So this is the everyday carry blowout kit, or first aid kit. I do have some what I call boo-boo things, the normal burn gel, some aspirin, Band-Aids, for just in case, you know, you have some small things that you have to deal with. So in this one case that goes with me everywhere all the time, I can take care of most things that would happen where you need urgent care right away to wait for the EMTs. So this is the small one, trauma kit or blowout kit, that's everyday carry all the time. This next kit is also an EDC kit, or everyday carry kit, but it's for my vehicle, and this stays in the vehicle at all times. And in it, I have another tourniquet, a winch, a windlass type, but I also have some other tools for use for a bit more serious or more people. Let's say there's an automobile accident of some type and I've exhausted what was in the other bag. I can now go to this bag and deal with some things. But also this has some stuff for other types of emergencies. For example, you still have your gloves, still have a blanket, and here's some more hiking, boo-boo kit stuff, some Neosporin. These are vials of liquid, they call them liquid IV, and it's specifically for someone who is having heat stroke or heat exhaustion. One of these is the equivalent of an IV. In 30 minutes, if you put one of these in a 20-ounce canteen, they recover very quickly. You still have to keep them cool. There's a thermometer, there's some blades, So you can see there's a little bit more extensive things in here, more aspirin and things to treat wounds. This is a CPR kit complete with gloves and the mask. Over here I keep EpiPens, 2 each, and shears, pen, syringe, and then the rest of these are blood clotting, wound seal, wound care in here. So again, this is for a bit more extensive experience depending on what's going on around you. This stays in the car, and this is a backup to the blowout kit, the one that you immediately have to deal with. This provides some replacement for things and or the ability to treat more people. Finally is the Papa Bear of my kit. This one stays in the house, or it is added to the vehicle if I'm going on some kind of extended camping trip or a trip that has multiple people where I might want to be able to handle more of a base camp type environment. So I have hiking related things, mosquito repellent, keep your hands warm, some hydration powder in that pocket here. These are organized in types of bandages. Again, this is a very extensive kit for treating more than one type of injury. And this is saline spray for washing a wound. This is insect repellent, another blanket, different types of bandages. This is different type of mosquito repellent, some gluten, and these are many different types of bandages and wraps that you can use for different types of wounds. Again, this is for a more extensive base camp type or in a prepping situation around the home. In this compartment, you have more bandages, some moleskin, those kind of things to treat what I would call base camp related injuries or conditions. The various types of splints, I have all the different sizes to take care of those kind of injuries. This is burn related and wound related, clean the wound type things in here. And then finally, a full ambu bag for extended CPR, because you can get really tired doing chest compressions and breathing just by yourself. So this helps deal with that as well. So I share all that with you to give you an idea of the different levels of preparedness for first aid, EDC, on your person, in a bag, in a car, and then when you're going to be out in large groups or for an extended period of time. Hope this information was helpful, gave you some ideas. As always, thanks for watching. Carry on.